5 non-monetary motivators, or how as a leader you can bring the best of your team every day, and not in the usual salary increase once a year or promotion. I'm Vessela, welcome to Leadership Bites. Today we are talking on how to motivate your team in the best way. Maybe you experience oftentimes when you do some things right or some things not that right. Here are a few tips that maybe enrich your arsenal of how to bring the best of your team. Tip number 1. Acknowledgement. Your team for sure is doing great, maybe not 100% of the time, but most of the time. Do you always say, yes, that's great, or thank you, you're doing a great job? If you do, just think how often you do this and think if it is actually enough for them. Because acknowledgement is always something that motivates the team the most. That is why I'm starting first with it. Just think about the last project, the last team meeting, the last time hall, when you had your team members performing results. Do you remember telling them what they did great? Do you remember calling them in your office or in the one-on-one meeting that you're having to tell them what they did great? Hey Tom, the challenge you got with that client was really great. You got the back of the team and your performance was really exceptional. These 30 seconds of acknowledgement can go a long way. Think about it and think if you do that enough. Tip number 2, growth. Every team member wants to grow. And I'm not talking about hierarchical growth or promotion, I'm talking about a personal growth. And personal growth comes with certain challenges, or so to say, stretch. Do your team members really work in their full capacity? Try to think, or even to listen, of what are the things that they could do more. What is the one skill they could develop this half year or in the near future? And try to see how much you can give them the chance to grow and to stretch. By stretching, we usually rise the best. Autonomy is the tip number 3. Sometimes managers say, I don't want to be the micromanager I had in the past, or no, I don't want to be a micromanager. Talking about autonomy, you need to consider your team in 2 separate ways. There are team members that are very new in the team or very junior. With them, you need to do more hand-holding, and there the so-called micromanagement may do a good job. But be careful. I'm not talking about micromanagement in a way that you're always behind them and always checking and reviewing what they do. But sometimes people that need more time and attention are hesitant to ask their manager about this. So you need to be sensitive to know who are the people in my team that are newer, more junior, or need a bit more support, and I'll be with them. And with the others, those that are more experienced, or they could be junior but more proactive, the ones that are easily grasping the situation, with them you need to have another approach. So here we are talking about situational leadership. And there comes the point of autonomy. Make sure you provide enough autonomy and enough trust to the team members that need it and show you possibility. By that, they also grow. When you are willing to delegate tasks and give more space to your team members, start with what is the goal, what is the end result that you would like to achieve with that team member, and make regular check-ins of how is the progress, if they're having somewhere shortfalls or they need your support in one or another topic. And always keep an eye on the North Star or where the project is going. By that, your team member is not only going to see that they are able to make an impact, but also in the different difficulties or challenging situations, they would see that sometimes they are able to either take decision on their own or come to you, get your idea, or maybe together you reach out to certain result, and then they can accomplish the goal or the project that they have been assigned to. This is one of the most pleasant ways for a person to grow, but also one of the most motivating and rewarding moments at work when a person sees that their manager gives them enough space, delegates them, gives them this autonomy in order to grow and work on their own, in their own pace, and also to reach the successes they're looking for. Give to their job the understanding about the purpose, or so to say, explain them the why. Why the job of your team members matters for the bigger picture of the organization. Often I've been speaking with managers that don't know how to motivate employees that are doing the, so to say, regular job. Somebody doing reports or somebody organizing something, not feeling like the most exciting work that eventually they would have in the entire organization. Give them the reasoning and understanding that their job matters. Sometimes I've been working with people that were streaming down reports, working on big Excel files, and wondering why they should do this. Or sometimes even wondering why at the report we are expecting 100% accuracy. As a leader, you know that reading a report, for you every number matters, and that every number is actually the next step of your decision. Whether you go in one or another way, it depends on the numbers that you see at the report. Have you brought this information to your team member and why their reports are so important? By that they know that it is not just a boring job that they do in order to fulfill a KPI or something like this, but they know that their job is influencing decisions, and these decisions are impacting the organization. Isn't it better to know that your job has a purpose and you know why you do that? Think about this next time you're speaking with that colleague that is not 100% sure how their job is impacting the bigger company goals. Tip number 5, trust. Do your actions show your team that you trust them? This is a question that every manager needs to ask themselves, because trust is the foundation of it all. If you show your team you trust them, you empower them to actually give their best and do their best. But also if you trust them, they trust you. Just think of the time when you have been showing trust to your team, even if in a vulnerable moment, where you know if you are feeling down or you are swamped with work or projects, you can share this with your team and they would ask you, what can I do to support you? This is what your team members also would be happy to see from you. I'm sure you're doing that, but putting more emphasis on this very simple but essential piece of the relationship between you as a manager and your colleagues goes a long way. Have you tried any of these motivators, or do you have something else that works best for you? Please share down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Give us a like and subscribe, and come again for more leadership bites.